About the fight.
Yes, he's gonna fight Canelo.
Oh man!
I just hope he's big enough. I hope he's big enough to keep that dude off him, because Canelo hits so hard, man.
That's one dude that, like, I believe all the shit he be talking.
Crawford?
Yeah.
Oh, he's good.
He don't just be saying shit. That dude,
They tried to say that, like, Errol Spence was damaged because of what Crawford did to him, because he was damaged from the car accident. I'm like, maybe. Or maybe Crawford would have done that 3 years ago. I think he's that good. He's just so skillful. He's so slick. And when he gets, and he's also the best guy in the sport at switch hitting. He'll go from southpaw to orthodox and be just as good and trip you up. Like, you think he's going to start southpaw, he starts orthodox. You prepare for orthodox, he's fighting southpaw. He feels like he's got you timed better orthodox, he'll switch.
Canelo Alvarez is leaving nothing to chance as he prepares for Terence Crawford. He's been training harder than ever, pushing through tough sparring, sharpening his defense, and polishing that trademark power that has dropped so many opponents. The energy around him feels intense. Canelo knows this fight isn't just another defense. It's a legacy-defining moment, and he's training like a man who refuses to be outshined.
Fight would be gigantic.
I'm trying to make all-time history.
Right. That's the one that gets you going. I can see it in your eyes.
Yeah. I hear him now. You too little. Canelo gonna break you.
Yeah.
I love the challenges. Let me prove him wrong once again.
Building on Canelo's preparation, Joe Rogan pointed out how unique and brutal his training is. Rogan wondered if Crawford truly has what it takes to beat Canelo. He admitted Crawford has a chance, but it would require a very smart and tactical game plan. His guest, Jim Lampley, added a comparison, reminding Rogan of what Larry Merchant once said about Ray Leonard beating Marvin Hagler. If Leonard could win with movement, speed, and strategy, maybe Crawford could pull off something similar against Canelo.
Do you think Terence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez?
Yeah, I think he can win.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to win, but I think he can win.
So
but he's going to have to box a brilliant fight.
Okay, what kind of a fight? I'm going to get to that. I asked the great Larry Merchant,
What did he say?
94 years old, living on Ocean Boulevard in Santa Monica, looking out at the ocean, reflecting on all the amazing things he did. And I asked Larry, I said, do you think Terence Crawford has a chance to beat Canelo Alvarez? And Larry said, Jim, did Ray Leonard get an official decision victory over Marvelous Marvin Hagler? And I said, yes, he did. He said, well, if Ray Leonard could beat Marvelous Marvin Hagler, then Terence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez. And I said, why do you say that? He said, same equation. Get in, get out. Get in, get out.
Yeah.
Hogan explained why Canelo is so frustrating for opponents. Unlike most fighters who only target the head or body, Canelo attacks the arms, breaking down a fighter's guard until it crumbles. Rogan noted that very few boxers use this approach today, which makes Canelo a nightmare in the ring.
Yeah. Canelo has such unique skills, and one of the weird things that he does that very few people since Rocky Marciano does is he punches your arms.
Yes.
He brutalizes your arms.
He's another brilliant guy. He has the greatest punch resistance in the sport. You know, we talked about it earlier. One knockout in the whole career.
Knockdown.
And it wasn't a knockdown. And it wasn't really a knockdown in my personal view.
Jim broke down another key to Canelo's durability. He's never really been knocked down, not just because of his chin, but because of his powerful legs. That lower body strength keeps him balanced and lets him take shots that would drop most fighters. Jim even shared a personal story. Back when he lived near Canelo in Del Mar, California, he often saw Canelo's trainer buying lean proteins like tuna and chicken. But the biggest surprise for Rogan was Canelo's morning ritual, horseback riding. Every morning, Canelo would spend 2.5 hours practicing hunter-jumper exercises, guiding horses over jumps, which builds balance, coordination, and strong legs. In the afternoons, he would train 3.5 hours in boxing. Jim pointed out that this combination of horseback riding and boxing was pure brilliance.
Canvas. He's never been on the canvas, and we call it chin. And I think that we kind of missed the point by calling it chin, because I used to be Canelo's neighbor in Del Mar, California. Used to run into Chepo, his senior trainer, at the grocery store. I'd look into the cart and say, "Oh, he's eating tuna." And he said, "Yes," and he's eating chicken. Da da da, and so I also used to go down the hill from my house off of Via della Valle in Del Mar and watch him train at the Equestrian Center, where he would go to the Equestrian Center in the morning and do 2.5 hours of hunter-jumper riding before going to his gym in the afternoon.
Jim explained that horseback riding wasn't just a hobby, it was part of Canelo's strategy. Joe agreed, saying Canelo's resistance to knockdowns comes less from his chin and more from his solid base. Years of riding developed leg and core strength that helps him stay grounded in the ring.
Do 3.5 hours of boxing training.
Hunter jumper riding? What is that?
Hunter jumper is where you go over jumps and you...
With a horse?
Yeah, on the horse. Yeah.
Why the fuck would you do that when you're training for a fight? What if the horse falls?
He was riding horses since he was a little kid. He was skilled enough to do it. You controlled the height of the jumps. You say set the jumps at 36 inches or 40 inches. You know what the horse can do. It's all about staying on the horse. And I asked him, how can you do that? And he said, everything I do in boxing is upper body, and everything I do on the horse is lower body. And on that basis, I am the one who theorizes that the reason you can't knock him down is not because of his chin, it's because of his legs.
His base.
You can't.
Not everyone sees it that way. Amir Khan, who has faced both fighters, offered a rare perspective. He didn't reveal every detail, but he weighed their differences, size, style, and how each man handles pressure.
Hello, you've been in the ring with both of them fighters.
I think I might be the only guys that's.
I can't think of anyone else that has, obviously, because there's a big weight disparity between the two. So
I think I'm the only guy that's been in with both fighters. So I'm thinking of maybe going there. I've been asked to go there and obviously give my input on the fight before they go in the ring. And obviously I know both fighters. Canelo's a friend now after our fight we had, and also Crawford had shared training camp with him as well. It's a good fight. But I'm not going to say too much.
Okay.
I'm going to say...
Khan hinted that Crawford's strength lies in his ability to stay sharp from the outside, making small adjustments without wasting energy. But he also suggested this might be the fight where Crawford faces challenges he's never seen before. The way Khan framed it left things open, as if even he was curious to see how Crawford would respond when Canelo really pushed him.
Crawford's going to probably do the same thing that he knows best, which is box, be smart, slow movements, small steps. So only small steps he's taking. So I think look, and it's always worked for him. Every fight he's been in, we thought that the fight with Spence was going to be hard, and he made it look so easy. Now, we've never really seen him in a hard fight where we've seen him in trouble, so maybe this could be the fight that puts him in that trouble to see what he's going to be like when he's under pressure. You know what I mean? We've never seen either fighter under pressure.
Amir Khan also highlighted something people don't often credit Crawford for, his strength. He recalled moments where Crawford's size at higher weights surprised many. Crawford isn't just slick and technical. He's tougher than most expect. Khan made it clear that while Canelo has the size advantage, it's not the only factor in this matchup.
The size advantage, but then again, I've always said Crawford puts on the weight well. If you look at size of him, you see his picture when he was like 185. He looked huge, bro. He looked jacked up and he looked strong at the weight as well. I remember when I used to spar with him, and I think, wow, he's heavy and he's heavy-handed as well.
People don't give as well,
people don't give him the credit for his power. Crawford bangs hard, man. And also has that muscle strength. I saw him in the gym when I was training with them, wrestling heavyweights and taking them down, wrestling. So I don't know if you know this, but Crawford is, I think he was like one of the top national wrestlers.
He was a good wrestler. I think he wrestled when he was younger.
The real question, Khan said, is who's fresher. He leaned toward Crawford, noting that Canelo has been through more wars and heavier weight jumps. He didn't make it a prediction, just an observation, leaving fans to wonder if Canelo still has the same fire or if Crawford's timing is too perfect.
Crawford, in my opinion, has more attributes, like more advantages in this fight, because being the guy that's not taking much punishment and not many hard fights, going up and down weight categories. See, one thing about Crawford, he's built himself up slowly, whereas Canelo's jumped up and down weights, and he's always been a heavy guy, and he's probably taking bigger punches from the heavier weights and stuff like Bivol and, you know what I mean, Triple G, and those fights take a lot out of you. So I just feel, looking at it, the fresher fighter in that fight is Crawford. I think he's the fresher guy, is going to probably...
Another perspective came from Devin Haney, who broke the fight down differently. He said this isn't just a fan fight. It makes sense because of the skills involved. Haney praised Crawford's discipline and ring IQ, saying those tools could carry him through. But he also reminded everyone of Canelo's size and strength. For Haney, this isn't a mismatch. It's two fighters bringing completely different advantages. No matter which side you're on, this matchup is shaping up to be one of the most talked about fights in recent times.